Good evening, Big Country. Well, if you love today's weather, you are sure in treat for a pleasant afternoon for tomorrow. It's going to be a nice fall day with temperatures starting out in the mid-50s. It's going to be a little few clouds, if any, at that. Throughout the afternoon hours, a light southwest breeze and highs will be above average, and still a great opportunity to get outdoors and enjoy the weather at least while it lasts. That's your forecast first. KTAB News Weekend starts now.
With coverage you can count on, this is KTAB News Weekend.
A shooting at a Pennsylvania synagogue leaves 11 dead. More people are injured. And voting machines in Texas have been causing complaints, but officials say the machines are working properly. Plus, looking to the rest of the state, a proposed flood barrier could be protecting the coastline, and it's got a price tag of $30 billion. Good evening, I'm Nathan Grieve. This story still developing right now. At least 11 have been killed after a shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pennsylvania. That leads our coverage tonight. The suspected gunman has been identified as 48-year-old Robert Bowers, who surrendered. He was taken into custody. Now, during the incident, police say that 4 officers were injured with non-life-threatening injuries. The synagogue was full for a Saturday morning service before those shots broke out. The city of Squirrel Hill, where that synagogue is located, is treating this as a hate crime. The president weighing in today as well.
This wicked act of mass murder is pure evil, hard to believe, and frankly, something that is unimaginable. Our nation and the world are shocked and stunned by the grief.
The president saying those responsible should face, quote, a very powerful punishment, the ultimate punishment, end quote. We're coming back to Abilene now in Hendrick Women's Health Council's 4th annual Breast Cancer Survivor Luncheon. Breast cancer survivors and their families came together to share stories and offer support. With the number of breast cancer cases in the Key City, and especially with women of color, this is a way to educate the community and to hear stories from breast cancer survivors.
We do know that as African American women that we don't survive. That sometimes that when we find out that we have breast cancer, we're at stage 4, which is not a stage for us to be at. So to come together and communicate with one another, develop friendships, see friendships that we have not seen in a long time is very important.
This luncheon also a way to educate women on the services and resources provided by Hendrick Medical Center. Well, in July, Tech Sergeant Justin Elledge was killed in a motorcycle accident. Now his wife and his soon-to-be 4 kids are moving into the place they first called home. Desiree Elledge is 8 months pregnant right now, and there's not much she can do to fix up the place to call it home again. But the Dias We Care team is stepping up to help. They're building a playground, a fire pit, they're painting the home, and they're adding a few more finishing touches.
Even though they lost a super valuable member of their immediate family, they still have their extended family that's willing to show that we are still here for them.
Dias We Care had help from Bible Hardware, Home Depot, and Honeydew to make this project happen. Well, connecting caring communities, holding its first Abilene Good Neighbor Half K. The nonprofit welcomed runners and non-runners alike for a sunny day, some beer, and bare minimum exercise. The competitors began their walks and runs from Pappy Slocum Brewing Company, and they ended at Sockdolliger Brewery just down the road.
This is not your normal marathon. This is the race for the rest of us, Terry calls it. So you don't have to be an athlete. You just have to be upright. You can be walked, you can be carried, you can crawl.
The money donated to Connecting Caring Communities will benefit neighborhoods here in Abilene. Well, little werewolves, Frankensteins, and ghosts all made their way to Boo at the Zoo today. Businesses and local organizations giving out candy to all those trick-or-treaters, parents taking their little ones throughout the zoo for some early Halloween fun.
It's wonderful. The staff and board work so good together along with the community. We have a lot of volunteers out with ROTC and other groups. And it's just a wonderful community project that brings everyone together.
The zoo saying that the Halloween tradition is an opportunity for the public as well as promoting local businesses and the zoo itself. Well, the Taylor Jones Humane Society promoting its new dog park through an event for Man's Best Friend. Bark in Our Park has been hosted by Taylor Jones for 15 years, but prior to this it's been Bark in the Park. Today the nonprofit welcomed canines and their owners to the Taylor Jones Humane Society dog park that's across the street from their adoption center. The event hosted a costume contest, a police canine demonstration, food, games, and a whole lot more.
It's wonderful. The fact that we can have park in our park, and that we have this wonderful land across the street that we're turning into a dog park, and be able to celebrate Abilene's Humane Society.
The Humane Society looking to add more to the dog park, including a fence surrounding all that land. The organization hoping that it becomes a community attraction. And treats aren't just for children during Halloween. As you saw, their pets can win big too. Just make sure to enter KTAB's Halloween pet costume contest on bigcountryhomepage.com. Now you're looking at some of the contenders this year. The winner is going to get a $300 pet gift basket. And for a list of other Halloween happenings for humans and dogs alike, visit the KTAB website, bigcountryhomepage.com. Well, you know, this story certainly had people talking yesterday when shoppers got a little bit more than expected at the Mall of Abilene. Abilene police were called to take a naked man into custody. The report came in that the man was walking through the parking lot of the mall with no clothes on. Paramedics were called to determine if the man suffered any medical issues. Now, no word yet on if that unidentified man is going to face any charges. Well, we are getting a look at a plan to build the largest flood barrier in the world. Where else but Texas? It's going to be along the coastline. The Army Corps of Engineers released their idea for a floodgate system on Friday to protect the Galveston region. Now, it could cost as much as $30 billion.
A groundbreaking plan with almost 30 floodgates, forming a protective barrier to the oil refinery business, homes, and business owners like Dennis Bird.
Storm surge is a big risk. It's a big risk for Galveston Island. It's a big risk for the region. I saw it firsthand 10 years ago, standing on the second floor balcony of the Spot restaurant.
A decade after Hurricane Ike ravaged the coast, the Coastal Texas study developed by the Army Corps of Engineers and Texas General Land Office is designed to reduce the risk of storm surge, mirroring projects in London, Venice, and the Netherlands. The barrier system covers 70 miles of coast starting near High Island, down Bolivar Peninsula, across the entrance to Galveston Bay, down the island to San Luis Pass. Once complete, the main gate across the ship channel would be the largest floodgate in the world at 2,800 feet, wide enough 2 tankers could pass through at once.
We are talking about a large barrier system on the front of the 2 barrier islands, so Galveston Island and Bolivar. But we have to go through the pass. We have to actually connect those 2 barriers. And to do that, we'll have to put in gates, navigable gates, things that can open during normal days like today. But when a storm comes, we would close it, and that would provide us with the risk reduction we need on the backside.
The study will be complete by 2021 and submitted to Congress for funding approval. The total price tag could reach $30 billion, but would likely be completed and funded in several phases. The benefits would extend up into Galveston Bay communities. Dennis Bird says,
It'll be an ambitious plan, but I think that the seawall in the early 1900s was an ambitious plan. So sometimes a little ambition goes a long way.
Some critics are saying the project wouldn't be able to keep a storm surge from flooding Galveston. Water could still come from the backside down the Trinity River. Environmentalists say the system might negatively impact wildlife in or around Galveston Bay. Well, we've now confirmed that the same type of voting machine that's been causing complaints to the Texas Secretary of State's office is in fact being used in Taylor County. Voters said when voting a straight party ticket, votes had been changed to candidates of the other party. Taylor County Elections Administrator Frida Reagan says she's received similar complaints over the week, but assures voters that the Hart E-Slate machines that are used there haven't been tampered with. She says that any errors might be because voters are rushing through the voting process possibly. Voters do need to double check their ballot, make sure that is what they want before pushing the cast ballot button. Well, coming up on KTAB News Weekend, it's a real-life version of the Homeward Bound movie. One man reunited with his pet, and Noel is here to give us a look ahead at the weather. Noel?
Hey Nathan, we'll prepare for another beautiful fall afternoon tomorrow. Continuing to see those pleasant fall weather conditions at least for the next few days. Enjoy those outdoor activities, without a jacket while you can. A cold front will set to arrive by the middle part of the work week, which will bring a good chance for that rain and chilly temperatures on Halloween. So keep the jackets out for trick-or-treating or dress up in a warm costume. I'll have a look at your full forecast coming up next.
With coverage you can count on, this is KTAB News Weekend.